So these are all the new Apple Watch Series 11 aluminum colors right here. And I'm wearing the titanium one right here that we'll see later in the video. But let's go ahead and unbox all these, take a look at the colors, take a look at the bands that we have here as well, and talk about the features. So we have space gray, jet black, rose gold, and silver. So let's go ahead and just start off with rose gold right here. So they all come basically in the same box. And I took them out of that box because there was no point. I mean, it is literally the exact same box for all of them. And then here we can see different artwork for each color. This is right here, the rose gold. We'll unbox one at a time. That way, each of you that are looking for a specific one can just look through the video if you want, or just watch it all. Please watch it all. And so in the box, just for all of them, we're going to get the same thing, a fast charger here for your Apple Watch. And that's going to be it. And of course, the band that you chose when you purchase the watch. But that's the rose gold box right there. And here's the rose gold color. First look here at the rose gold color. It is rose gold. If you used to like the older rose gold colors, it's back. This is basically that one. It's a little less shiny or sheeny than the older ones. I like this one more. Very nice. It looks very rose, actually. Very, very nice. Of course, this is also the smaller variant, the 42 millimeter right here. So it's very, very small. Now let's do the silver here. Alrighty. Classic silver here. Nothing's changed. Same silver we've always gotten here for the watch. Very simple. Now the jet black. Oh yeah, that's really nice. Look at that. Full jet black. Now we have gotten jet black in the past. This looks exactly like that one. It is pure reflective, nice goodness here. Jet black. It looks so good. Wow. Yeah, this is the standout color for me straight off the bat. I mean, we'll see the space gray, but I mean, just that looks so sleek and clean. You could pair this with like any band out there. And last but not least, here we got the space gray. Alrighty, here it is. And oh, it looks kind of blue actually. What the heck? Yeah, that's really cool looking actually. Oh, I like this. So it's not going towards black at all. It's definitely going towards gray, but it's like a gray blue. Whoa. That is a cool color, I gotta say. Huh, interesting. Oh, here it is next to the jet black. I really like that space gray color. Here it is next to natural titanium. You can see it's like on the lighter side like that. Yeah, this looks super nice. All right, one last look here at the front of the boxes before I disappear them. And I'm just gonna take all these out of their packaging so we can look at the bands. All right, and now all the bands are out. We got everything. Quick look here at the colors again so you can see them all side by side. And there we go. In order, we have the space gray, jet black, silver, and rose gold. Honestly, the space gray is like, I'm loving it. Really, it's fantastic. I think that's the one I would get. I love that shade and how it looks on the aluminum. Just so nice and sleek. Of course, the jet black is cool and everything, but this one is just a really unique color. I don't think Apple's ever used that kind of shade of that kind of space gray like this actually looks like space gray. I don't know how to describe it. And now on to bands. And before we get into the generic bands, let's get into the actual special bands of today. And that is those bands that I've had here on the side the whole video from our sponsor today, MOFT. They have this Snap magnetic watch band, which is a watch band that I've been trying out for the past couple of weeks and I have completely fallen in love with. It comes in this really cool packaging, which just looks so artistic and super cool. And each packaging is super unique. Now here, each strap comes with 2 colors and can be mixed into 4 different combinations, so it still feels fresh even after long-term use. The bands are not only magnetic and super strong, but they also work on both sides. That means that one band can be styled in 4 different ways. And my other favorite thing here is that it comes in a bunch of different colors, so it's super fun to just kind of collect them and have them all. And then the best part is if you and a friend or something, or you just have multiple ones, you can just swap them out so easily. Just grab it, flip it here, and now you got a completely different colorway for the band. And obviously just so many different combinations. I don't even want to do the math on this, but definitely my favorite combo is like gray and blue like this. That is so cool. Then of course we can flip it here. And now we have this green and this darker blue. So just super fun bands. Let's go ahead and put it on my favorite here, the space gray. And it basically just snaps on like so. I just like putting it like this and boom, there you go. Wow. And it doesn't come off at all. I have rock climbed. I have played tennis with this thing. I've done everything to test it up for this video. And it is is easily my favorite Apple Watch band. I gotta say that. That's not even part of the sponsorship or anything. I even wrote them an email that I was like, this is like a fantastic watch band actually. And yeah, it just also looks really, really good too. And now let's try one of the fun colors here with the jet black watch. And there you go. You can see just how fun that is, the different colors changing and everything. And yeah, it just spices up really the vibe. It's waterproof, water resistant, everything you want to do with this, it's going to do it. Easy to wipe off any sweat, and they literally just match the vibe of any watch out there. And the fact that you can just combine things just makes it so customizable and unique. There's also an extra little part in here where you can add this to the watch band in case you're afraid of it coming off for some reason, or if you just want that kind of traditional watch look. It just goes on there and then you can just slide it like so, and there you go. It's extra secure in case you're afraid of this snagging somewhere and coming off. Now it's on there and it's not going to come off at all. So super, super nice. So that is the MOFT Snap watch band, which works on all the previous generation of Apple Watches, of course, even the Watch Ultra. And you can check them out down below in the description below. Thanks to MOFT for sponsoring this video, and let's go back to it. So let's go ahead and put some of the watch bands that came with the watches on the watches so that we can see them a little closer here. And hopefully I bought one of the bands that maybe you're interested in seeing, maybe like this blue Nike one right here. I didn't realize that I bought by mistake these two, basically the same color. I guess I really like that color. And ta-da, here they are. So first, let's just see them overhead like that. Like from a distance, that kind of just works to kind of see how they look. Of course, that jet black is very, very shiny. So maybe you like that, maybe you don't, but it is reminiscent of the more expensive watches, which are all titanium. And here we have the natural titanium. I have bought this one to upgrade from the Watch Ultra myself, from the original one. And honestly, like kind of got used to the Ultra a little bit, and I'm not really digging the color too much enough to kind of pay the extra and upgrade to this one. I'm kind of liking the space gray more. So if I was to upgrade to this Series 11, I would just buy this space gray color for myself. Look how good that looks. Oh yeah, I really like that. All right, so what's new with the Series 11? Well, we now get 24 hours of battery life, which is actually really, really good. I mean, that means you can probably even extend this to up to 2 days, potentially, depending on your usage, which is just fantastic. We are going to get now sleep tracking on this, or at least specifically a sleep score from Apple, as well as hypertension detection. So some new health features, which is really nice to see. And it'll just overall be faster and snappier. So if you have last year's, no, definitely don't upgrade. Don't waste the money. But if you come from a couple years behind that, then probably, yeah, it's about time to upgrade, even though I feel like this year we should have gotten a major redesign and we didn't. And so now that makes me think that it's going to happen next year, but who knows when we'll get it. They are also a little thinner this year, and you can feel it. They're not significantly thinner than last year's. Last year's was already pretty thin, but now this makes it, I believe, their thinnest watch yet. And yeah, you can feel it, especially coming from like an Ultra or something. They feel really nice, very thin, very light. I still don't like the proportions of the smaller one since it still looks like a square. I prefer the bigger one just because it looks more flat out like a pancake. So it makes it feel or look thinner. You can see that there. Yeah, I prefer the bigger size for sure. Now, if you want to see how the big size and the small size kind of look, and I have this one flipped, kind of look here on my wrist so you can get an idea. My wrist is about, I believe it's like 170 or so millimeters, something like that. And yeah, there you can kind of see the difference. I can definitely still sport the smaller one, but it's going to look a little bit too small in my opinion. I don't know. It still looks good though. If you want something extra, extra light, that's not going to feel like heavy or anything for a marathon or something like that, maybe you'd want to go with the smaller one and stuff so it's not in the way and obtrusive or anything like that, or jiggling around. Of course, the smaller it is, it's going to jiggle even less, which I can't say about my Ultra because that thing when I'm running just shakes around a bit, and if I tighten it too much, it just hurts. So yeah, we're also getting ceramic shield, and apparently early reports are saying it's really, really scratch resistant and really tough. I don't know if it's still going to be even close to the Sapphire that we get on the titanium models and on the Ultra, because Sapphire is just crazy. You would not believe how many times I've hit the Sapphire glass on my Ultra and nothing has happened to it. I now do have like a pretty deep groove on it, but that's after so many hits, and that's the first gen, so that's a couple years old now. And yeah, I don't know. I definitely am returning the natural titanium. I think for the price, wasn't buying it too much. It's also quite heavy still. And these feel so light, which I actually do like. So you get the thinness and the lightness. If you're considering between getting the titanium and this, I kind of recommend that you get this. Honestly, save the money. It's the same freaking watch and you just, lighter, cheaper. You can still buy Apple Care for it. So yeah. I mean, at the end of the day, this Apple Watch isn't going to look any less expensive, really, in my opinion, at least, than this, because ultimately they're just Apple Watches, they're just tech, and next year they're just worth like half the amount. And so you might as well buy the cheapest one so you don't lose so much money, and you can always wear a nice watch for a nights out or something like that. But this space gray is stunning, and the rose gold is nice. It's not my style, but it is nice. The silver, it's a little bland. I wouldn't go for that, not after seeing the space gray. And jet black, of course. Absolutely stunning as well. But after seeing the space gray, I'm a sucker for a color like this, really. Super nice. It just feels very sporty, very modern, and futuristic too. Yeah. And here I'll put the jet black just right next to it so you can kind of see it on the wrist. The jet black is very, very deep, but it just looks so clean too. And obviously it's going to show the scratches less than the straight aluminum since this one is glossy. I think it'll be harder to scratch it. You'll get like micro-abrasions, but it won't be as noticeable, I don't think. Yeah, there you go. That's how they look right there. Really love this color of band, especially on the solo loop. It's really comfy and really nice. And then for those wondering, I got a solo loop size 7 right here. So that's a size 7 on a 46 millimeter, and it's not tight. It's kind of just the perfect fit, really. Yeah, perfect fit. And my wrist size here in centimeters, let's try to get it real quick. We're looking at around 164, 165. So 16 centimeters, 163 millimeters or so for my wrist here. If I loosen it up a little bit and just kind of take a loose measurement, I'm kind of closer to 170 or 169, 168 millimeters. So that's about it. And I'm wearing a size 7 right here. It's a perfect size. So that's nice. And I think I always buy the small medium bands versus the large medium bands. That fits me perfect as well. But yeah, that's the new Apple Watch Series 11. If you're contemplating getting one, I definitely recommend these cheaper variants over the stainless steel, the titanium. I just don't think it's worth the upcharge here, really. However, I know that if you want something that just looks a little more, stylish for like dressing up for work and stuff, it makes sense that you go for this. I get it. But if you're really deliberating it, then just come on. Look at this. The space gray is stunning. I think it's just such a nice color to get. The rose gold is back, which is really nice. And I know a lot of people out there like that too. You have some good options here. Of course, the jet black is going to look just as premium because of the glossiness as the titanium one. So that is the Apple Watch Series 11. Is it worth it? I think yes. If you haven't upgraded in a couple of years, it has some very good features that I think you'll enjoy, especially the battery life on this. I think that's the biggest thing here. So thank you for watching this video, and I'll catch you in the next one. Goodbye.